This week, we're going to talk about assignments 3.9, 4.1, and 4.3. We begin with assignment 3.9. You have to do your second journal reflection. And you've already done one of these now. You understand that these are multi-paragraph journal rights. Usually 3 paragraphs is what we recommend. You have to look at the big idea and reflect on that. Texts are socially, culturally, geographically, and historically constructed. Now, what does this mean to you? You have to respond in a personal way. Think about what we've been reading in unit number 3. Think about the articles and the stories and the videos and reflect on what you've learned and what you've learned about other people and what you've learned about the world around you. And some people have made 3 paragraphs, one paragraph about what they've learned about themselves, another one what they've learned about others and what they've learned about the world around them. Or you could look at individual assignments and reflect on those as well. Now remember that this is due today, July 21st, so you'll want to make sure you get that finished before you move on to Unit 4. And in Unit 4, we're focusing on personal and social responsibility. We always start with the table of contents menu on the left and we scroll down. We try and do every blue link that has teaching attached to it, that has something to learn, but we don't have to do all of the assignments, remember. Just the assignments that we mention in the course outline. So we're going to take a look. First of all, we're going to click on persuasive techniques and watch the video on inspiration. And then we're going to look at rhetoric and watch the video. And you're going to focus on how you can influence others through ethos, pathos, and logos, an appeal due to your credibility or authority, an appeal to the emotions, or an appeal to the logic of the reader. And these concepts were originally described by Aristotle. Next link that comes up on the table of contents is the rhetorical devices link. You're going to watch a video to learn about 8 rhetorical devices that will make your writing stronger. For example, things like parallelism, allusion, and anecdote. So those are very powerful ways we can make our writing stronger, and you should look at those and make sure you're familiar with them. A list of rhetorical devices and their definitions is also provided. And finally, you should complete the analysis of rhetorical devices worksheet, but do not submit this for a mark. Next link is something called the quotation mark usage review. Take a look at how do you put a quote successfully into your writing. And we look at a sandwich technique here, the quote sandwich. You'll learn how to use that to blend your quotes smoothly into your writing. And that's something that makes you a very effective writer. So you should take a look at that, and that will certainly help your writing be more effective. Now we move to the next assignment, assignment 4.1, the strength of the human spirit. Now in this assignment, you're going to look at speeches, poems, songs, and spoken word. And you must choose 3 different examples from the 3 different genres or categories. So on this page, we're going to supply you with many different choices of speeches, poems, songs, and spoken word. And you have to choose 3. And there's also a planning template that is attached to this page, and you can jot down your notes and answer the questions based on those templates, but you don't have to submit these or hand these in. Now your task, for each one of the 3 examples that you pick, you have to write an analysis. And in that analysis, there is going to include the following: a summary of the piece, at least 3 direct quotes from your source that show rhetorical devices. You want to explain the theme of the piece and explain the historical purpose and importance of the piece. Finally, your own reasons for choosing this example. So you're going to do that for all 3 of your pieces, and you're going to hand in 3 separate reports on 3 different examples. They're going to be worth 12 marks each, so that's a total of 36 marks for this assignment. So that's quite a few marks. You want to make sure that you do a good job with this, take your time, but I think you'll enjoy it because you will get to look at different genres of writing. Next link will be the interpretation, bias, and evidence link. You can click on that. The T-chart graphic organizer link does not work, so you don't have to do that. But you should read the poem on this page and see how bias can be seen on different sides of an issue. And you've already had some experience with bias back in Unit 1. Then you can click on the bias opinion practice activity and complete these exercises for practice. You do not have to submit these to your teacher, however. Next, we're going to take a look at sentence structure, the art of syntax and proper sentence structure. That's the next blue link on the table of contents on the left, and you'll be able to watch a video like you can see here in the PowerPoint, learning about complex sentences, compound sentences, and simple sentences, and how you can structure those to be a more effective writer. So you'll practice those, and then you can move on to subject-verb agreement, which is something that some writers have struggles with, and you want to check out some examples to make sure that you're balancing your subject and your verb. And there is an agreement practice link at the bottom of the page that I would expect you to finish to start to eliminate some of those mistakes in your writing. The next link to click on is the advertising responsibly, stereotyping, and the target audience. And here you've got some advertisements to look at on the page, and you can choose 2 or 3 of these ads. You don't have to do all 6 of them. You can choose 2 or 3 of your favorites and then answer the 3 questions about them and how they appeal to you. After that, you've got a little bit of a longer video to watch, but it's a very interesting video called The Merchants of Cool, How Advertisers Attract the Attention of Teenagers. So you can watch that video and learn about how companies can do that. And while watching, think about which images and ads appeal to you and why you react to them in this way. So maybe keep track or take notes of maybe 2 or 3 of the companies or products that are attractive to you, and maybe think about what about those products appeals to you. Because you will have to create your own persuasive message coming up in the next assignment, 4.3. And here it is. 4.3 is Pitch for Change Campaign. And you're going to do a little bit of what we call an elevator pitch, which is a very short video between 45 seconds and a minute long, where you're going to try and persuade your audience to think the way you think. So it says your task, you're going to create a short video presentation to promote a solution to a problem in the world today. So you can think of an issue in the news, maybe even an issue that you did earlier in a different unit, or a new issue that has captured your attention. And remember what we learned about ethos, logos, and pathos, how to get the audience to buy into your message. And you're going to create a video of under 1 minute in length, around 1 minute. Be sure to include the following in your video. You're going to mention the issue. Then you're going to mention your connection to the issue. Why is it important to you? And then the solution to the issue and the steps that the audience can take to help. So remember, you want to sell them on your message, on the emotion of your message, on the logic of your message, and on your authority. Put it in writing is the next blue link that comes up on the left. This exercise asks you to watch 2 videos to learn the difference between tone and mood. Those are often confused and complicated for students. What's the difference between tone and mood? Tone is how the writer feels about the topic, and there are clues in the work that will reveal that. And mood are the emotions that we feel while we are reading. So you've got a couple of videos to watch there, and you've got a practice worksheet to make sure you know the difference between the 2 words. But again, do not submit this to your teacher.